Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today is June 7th, so this is today's sketch. 2 photos, lots of hearts, and a circular element, and it's by Ashley Horton. So that is the sketch. I've pulled out a stencil. I'm going with a sunburst instead of a true circle. And then I have this background that I had started at a retreat that I didn't get finished. It's just a kind of gray grid that I put some blue velveteen glaze on, which is a matte glaze. And then I have some papers that I've been saving. I've been saving scraps, I'll admit it, because I wanted to use them 2 together. And my 2 photos are of the Hollywood Brown Derby in Hollywood Studios. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so instead of having those circular lines around the photos, what I'm going to do is use this burst pattern. Then I also decide that I'm not really going to follow the hearts either. I'm going to put stars wherever I want to put them. So if you look at my layout when it's finished and you look at the sketch, you might look at this and go, where in the world did that come from? But I promise you, the sketch was inspiration for this layout. So I put my 2 pieces of paper together, and then I went ahead and grabbed some navy washi tape and covered up the 2 areas. That way, since these colors are so bright, I want it to bring some of that darkness of the background up to the front of the layout. So I found the center point of the stripy bits, and then I put my photos down without a photo mat. I figured that I wanted those pops of color from these 2 patterned papers to really show, and I kind of wanted my starburst, wow, I can't even speak right now, kind of wanted the starburst to be the star of the show. So I had these 2 stickles out because I'd used them a couple days ago, and I turned them upside down and set them in my little brush holder thing, so that I knew the next time I used them, I was going to be able to completely use them up. So I go ahead and sprinkle the stickles around my stencil, and now I'm using my glitter palette knife to spread it out within the burst. Now, as you can see, I'm not worried about complete coverage. I want the burst to kind of be messy and sketchy and like glittery fun. So that is what I am working on. And then I'm like, ooh, was there any more in that stickles that I could pull off? And there wasn't. So I went ahead and tossed the stickles in the bin. And now I go ahead and adhere my photos directly over top of my stickled stencil. And I will say I did not wait for this to dry. I went ahead and put it down. Now the reason why I turned it was because you saw a little bit more of the burst lines on either side of the photo cluster than you would have if it was the original way that I had held it. So I go and pull these puffy silver stars that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I've picked these up a couple times from Hobby Lobby. They are a great, just basic little sticker embellishment to have on hand. I mean, how can you go wrong with silver stars? You really can't. So I'm going to build up little clusters of stars, and then I decide to put a star on each one of the rays. Now, I thought that I was going to end up using all of the stars on this page, and I was going to be happy to throw the packaging away in the bin. However, I don't. I think I leave about 4 stars because I felt like if I would have put more stars down, it would have been too much. And then I'm like, wow, okay, you went all over the place with the stars instead of in kind of a line down the center. And I'm like, it's fine. I'm going to go with it. I do have a repeating element, which is in the sketch with the repeating hearts, and I'm just going to do it that way. Now, I don't know if I want Derby on the top of the photo on the bottom, so I place it down at the bottom, and I'm not really a fan, so I'm putting it down on the top, and I hope I like it because I'm putting it on wet mixed media, and sure enough, I like it. So I add just a little bit more adhesive on that photo that's popping up, and then this is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you check out the playlist for Best of 30 Days of Sketches. It is a playlist this round instead of a hop, which I think makes it so much easier. So there it is, you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.